What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow, Wrestling Life. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau. And like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, BrandonJaneauShow. Social media, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau. Facebook, The BrandonJaneauShow. And of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. Um, but really where you can go is my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment on the videos, the clips. Helps in the algorithms. Subscribe to the Brandon Janeau Show on YouTube and all those social media platforms. Follow me on all those social media platforms. Let's get into it. Like I said, this episode is Wrestling Life. Now, of course, this upcoming Saturday, I will be back to do my rate and review show of the Elimination Chamber. Boy, has this show gotten crazy in the last couple of days since I last talked about wrestling. Holy shit, let's do this. So, let's start off with this. So, The Rock came back. He finally came back. The final boss was back, finally. Um, he announced that WrestleMania 42 will be in New Orleans. I'll talk about that later. But the one thing he definitely talked about was some crazy shit. I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody saw this shit coming. So The Rock asked Cody Rhodes to come out to the ring on Friday Night SmackDown. Calls Cody Rhodes out to the ring. And The Rock does what The Rock does. He stumbles on what the fuck he was supposed to be talking about. Fuck. Listen, respect to The Rock. He's one of the greatest on the microphone. But the one thing about The Rock that I don't think people give him enough credit for. The one thing about The Rock that I don't think he gets enough credit for, or he doesn't get told he does, is The Rock had writers. Y'all do know that, right? The Rock had writers to him with them promos. He wasn't just like spitting off the top of the dome. That's kind of why The Rock sucks promos now. He's not great at these promos. He's not awesome. I know we kind of give him a little leeway because he's the fucking Rock. But we forget that he also had writers that helped him with them promos. He's not great at these promos nowadays. He's not. He sucks at promos. He goes on these fucking long, drawn out shits. He hasn't been great at promos in a decade. Let's just be fucking real. He hasn't been great at promos in a fucking decade. Since John Cena called him out for having a shit on his arm, he hasn't been great. CM Punk cooked him when he came back years ago. He hasn't been great. I think we put too much on when he goes off script and he calls somebody out in the crowd and we just, oh my god, he said something. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny, but he sucks at promos. He's not good at it right now. He just sucks at promos. It's long, it's fucking just strenuous. Like, nigga, say what the fuck you came out there to tell us and get the fuck out the ring. Why are we waiting 20 fucking minutes for you to say some shit? It's long, it's drawn out. It's just like, bro, what the? Oh, yeah, and I get that Triple H and them have now probably given him more, leeway. Go out there and just say whatever. Great. Whoop de fucking do. But good God almighty, dude. Somebody help this man with these fucking promos because this motherfucker sucks at. He is god awful at promos. He sucks at promos now. I get that again, like I said, we give him leeway. He's the fucking Rock. We give him leeway. I get that. But at the same time, bruh, it does not take you 20 fucking minutes to go out there and cut a fucking promo. It does not. Say what you need to say. Get the fuck out the ring. We do not need you to be 20, 30 minutes trying to say two fucking words, my nigga. That shit is ridiculous. Good God almighty. But The Rock called Cody Rhodes out on Friday Night SmackDown. They had a conversation. The Rock does all of this shit and just the meat and potatoes of this shit. I don't know why I said that because I've been hearing that shit for all my life, so I just thought that fit here. The meat and potatoes of the situation is The Rock is still pissed off about last year. He's still mad about last year, pretty much. That The Rock, Cody pretty much took his WrestleMania dream away from wrestling Roman Reigns, his cousin, at WrestleMania 40. He's still pissed off about that. He's still not cool with that. Understandable, but Cody didn't take that away from you. The people took that away from you. The, the people took that away. So you have felt some type of way about that for a year. Understandable. But in that year, you've actually grown some respect for Cody Rhodes, which is great. That's awesome. Whoop de fucking do. Which brings me to the most weirdest shit I've ever heard on TV in a minute. I thought the Undertaker retired because this motherfucker looked at Cody Rhodes and told this man, "I don't want your title. I don't want your title. You think I came back for your title? I want that. I want your soul." Huh? What'd you say? I'm sorry. I'm still tripping out on that shit. That nigga, man, in his eyes. Fucking look at this man in his eyes. I want your soul. You ain't gotta answer me tonight. You can go home, talk to your wife, figure it out. I want your soul. And basically what he was telling them, and it right last night. Basically what he was saying was, we all know if you're a wrestling fan, there's a good guy and a bad guy. The bad guy takes the easy way out. That's why he's the bad guy. Roman Reigns, pretty much, right? Roman Reigns was so beloved as the bad guy. But the bloodline would help Roman Reigns every chance they had to keep him from losing the title. He didn't have to go through the hard way. He had it easy. Pretty much that's what Cody Rhodes is. Cody Rhodes is the good guy. He fights the bad guy, right? And The Rock is like, you don't have to do all that. Here's the problem with that though. Cody's already the champion. He's the face of the company. He's the champ. When The Rock says, I want you to be my champion, what the fuck are you giving him? He's already the champion. What are you gonna do? What, you're gonna make his job easier? And that's kind of what it is. It's like you're gonna make his job easier. But what is making Cody Rhodes' job easier? Less title matches? Less title defenses? Shit. I guess he's gonna have what, the Roman Reigns schedule? Like, and that's why I'm kind of also having a hard time with that too. It's like, how the fuck do you make his job easier? How do you make his job easier? Yeah, I think Cody's saying, you know, Cody saying, The Rock selling Cody to sell is pretty much the equivalent of him pretty much saying, like, me, I can make this way easier for you. It's way easier for you. But Cody's already the fucking champion. How the fuck do you make this easier for him? What, you gonna give him the Roman Reigns schedule? And that's pretty much what the fuck I'm assuming is you're gonna give him the Roman Reigns schedule. Because what the fuck can you do to help Cody? I don't get it. For people that's sitting there and saying, for people that's sitting there, for people that's sitting there and saying Cody should turn heel, right? People that's saying Cody should turn heel, or Cody should do this, or Cody should, Cody should turn heel. He should join The Rock. Cody's not turning heel. At least not now. It won't make any sense. Why the fuck would I join The Rock? That doesn't make any sense. But what he did is add a level of WrestleMania intrigue, which is, well, if Cody's not gonna be The Rock champion, then who the fuck will be? Who will be The Rock champion for who will be The Rock champion? And it brings me back to what I've said last week. Drew McIntyre. It's the easiest fucking one. It's the simplest one. I know people that sitting there saying, I know people that sitting there saying, I, I know people that are sitting there saying, um, CM Punk. I, I get CM Punk. I get John Cena even, but even in that sense, John Cena's not turning heel. Why the fuck would John Cena turn heel? Make that make sense. His last fucking year, he's gonna turn fucking heel? Huh? It, why? It's just stupidity there. I've heard CM Punk. CM Punk turns heel. Again, why would CM Punk turn heel? And I get the obvious choice of the CM Punk one turning heel, but even in that sense, I don't think CM Punk turns heel because what you're gonna align yourself with The Rock of all the people in the world that has screwed you out of your title opportunities. You gonna align yourself with The Rock? The fuck? I, I fucking guess. Like even in that sense, that shit is stupid. This man has screwed you out of title opportunities your entire, especially early in your career when you was in WWE the first time. Why join The Rock? I don't understand it. I don't get it. The obvious choice is Drew McIntyre. It's the obvious choice. Drew's the best choice for this. For him to be The Rock's champion. He's the best choice. Reason why I say Drew is the best choice because when Drew came back after the elimination after Hell in a Cell, he immediately said that he took counsel from somebody, and he came back and he immediately attacked. He immediately attacked the bloodline. He had a chance to go at. He had a chance to go at Solo. Remember, they had a sit down at conversation about him and Solo, and he takes Solo out, who actually cost him the title at the castle. Out of all of the people in the bloodline, Solo's actually the one that actually cost you the fucking belt at Clash of the Castle, and yet you still chose not to fight Solo. You said, "Hey man, one day we're gonna probably go at each other," but that's for another time, another day. Drew makes the most sense. He maybe that's been the storyline. Maybe that's why the storyline of time doesn't make really fucking sense because he immediately attacked the OG bloodline. He wanted to go Roman Reigns. Maybe it was The Rock that told him to go after Roman Reigns in the OG bloodline. It would make fucking sense if he's the one. Because again, we need a fucking reason for why The Rock is not going at fucking Roman. Like it just doesn't make any fucking sense. And we're gonna have these. You clearly are pissed off that you did not get this WrestleMania 40 match last year. You clearly are mad at the fact that you did not get this WrestleMania 40 match last year. Roman is still around, man. Why the fuck are you not going at Roman? What's going on? I don't get this situation. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. So last week, last week I kind of talked about the women in WWE having frustration. What was going on the the planning behind the scenes of WrestleMania? What's going on? One thing I didn't talk about was last week was AEW situation. AEW situation is kind of just as fucked up as WWE's, where Tony Storm is now the AEW Women's Champion again. Congratulations, Tony Storm. Mercedes Moné is still the TBS champion. I don't know what the fuck you do with these titles in AEW. I get that Tony Storm and Mariah May are gonna pretty much go back against each other for a good bit of time, and they're gonna probably stretch that shit out until another maybe shit probably to Double or Nothing, maybe till All In again. But even in that sense, it's like you're running that storyline into a ground. Now maybe they can kind of always have the fight forever feel. No matter what, whenever you go to that storyline, it's always gonna induce people that want to see that fucking matchup and see that storyline. The fact that Mariah May had that bad of a title reign though kind of shows you that they kind of had to put the belt back on Tony Storm. Cool. Here's the problem with that. What the fuck do you do with Mercedes Moné? Because Mercedes has nobody. They have just given Mercedes everybody to just let her run through. And I'm a very huge fan of Athena, formerly known as Amber Moon in WWE. I'm a super huge fan. Like her come into AEW and fight Mercedes. But the problem with that is, what is she coming to AEW to fight Mercedes for? Is she coming to be the champion? Is she gonna be the one to dethrone Mercedes? Or are you just buying time for somebody else to do it? Like I said, you bought a Camille, and then Camille has been off of TV for like 3 fucking months. She been off of TV before All Out. Mercedes fired Camille for being her bodyguard, and she's been off of TV since All Out, since the first Chris Statlander match that she had. She hasn't been on TV since then. You signed in and didn't do shit with her. Now you got a new woman that you love very much, and Megan Bain. Great, whoop de fucking do. What are we doing? What are we doing in AEW with these women? It feels like you're just sacrificing every fucking woman in that division for Mercedes Moné to just go over no matter what. I love the Harley Cameron story. She was great. I love the she did the song, the video, the music video. She was great in that shit. Is she going to be back? Is this now going to be is is she going to get another shot at Mercedes at some point? Probably fucking not. I probably wouldn't put too much stock in that shit. The women in AEW are in the same kind of boat as men in WWE, where it's kind of like you're getting fed to the top people no matter what. The situation at this situation right now, the situation right now at AEW is kind of just as fucked up in WWE. The problem is in AEW you're running out of people to put up against Mercedes Moné, and with Tony Storm is going to be literally Mariah May and Tony Storm for at least the next couple months. So now you're going back to the simplest storyline, which is great. Like I said, they got probably like that fight forever feel. Great. But what happens when that storyline reaches its conclusion? Because again, you're gonna probably put the belt back on Mariah May, I'm assuming. But what have you done? Now what the fuck did Tony Storm do for the next couple of months if Mariah May and her don't fight? Now you put her in the same situation Mercedes Moné, which is you're feeding her women without a fucking reason. You just no reason behind it. And that's the thing, WWE's not fixed either. WWE last night, don't get it twisted. Last night, that match was awesome between Liv and Raquel and Bianca and Naomi. That was an awesome, awesome, awesome match. Great. But what's the fucking storyline after this? Jay did not come back. Now I'm assuming Jay's probably gonna come back in Toronto at the Elimination Chamber. Cost one of them the Elimination Chamber. Is it gonna be Bianca? Is it gonna be Naomi? It should be Naomi. But even in that sense, but even in that sense, What do you do with Bianca? I said this before and I'll say it again. I am not a huge fan of just throwing Bianca in the title match with Rhea for no fucking reason. It just doesn't make fucking sense. Like, again, you see the names and you just want the match. What's the storyline? Liv just won the tag team titles. She's clearly not winning the Elimination Chamber. What the fuck would that make sense? Do you run that again at WrestleMania? Which I'm starting to now think that might be the fucking plan. That she runs it again. They run that tag team match again at fucking WrestleMania. Because Jade is not there. Do you run that tag team match again? WrestleMania. I can see that. As crazy as that shit sounds, I can see that happening. I can see them running Naomi, Bianca, Liv, and Raquel at WrestleMania. I can see it. Who wins the Elimination Chamber? I fucking don't know. Because it doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't make fucking sense for Bianca to win the fucking Elimination Chamber. It just, I know people that's like, no, Bianca should definitely win it. What's the story? What's the story? Her and Rhea have been tied together since they entered into WWE. Oh, just throw Io in there, and that makes the story even better. No, the fuck it doesn't. What's the story? Like I said last week, it seems like they put themselves into such a fucking problem. Jay didn't come back last night. Jay comes back what at 10? She's gonna come back at the Elimination Chamber and screw one of them. Okay, Bianca wins the Elimination Chamber, but her mind is not on I'm going to fight Rhea. Her mind is on why the fuck did Jay just attack Naomi? What the fuck? What sense does that make? It doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. I would actually love to see Roxanne win the damn Elimination Chamber right now. But I think Alexa Bliss makes the perfect sense. I said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Alexa Bliss makes the most sense to win the Elimination Chamber. Same thing with Drew. We're overthinking these things. Bayley and Roxanne are gonna clearly fight at WrestleMania. That's just the obvious decision. Now, here's why I think this kind of gets interesting: is I think Bayley wins the Intercontinental Championship before they get to WrestleMania. I think it's gonna be some random ass match. I think she's gonna get Laura Vancaria 1-on-1, and Laura lost to Bayley just recently. Why not have Bayley beat Laura and take the Intercontinental Championship into WrestleMania and have her and Roxanne fight for the title, and Roxanne beats her? Because the Intercontinental Championship is not getting defended if Laura Vancaria has the belt at WrestleMania. And I've been saying Io is the perfect person to go against her and get that belt from her. It would make fucking sense. That would make fucking sense. But again, I really do think they put themselves in such a fucking corner with that Royal Rumble win for Charlotte. It just looks so stupid now. The Miz Elimination Chamber has gotten some intrigue. It got some intrigue now because of what The Rock did. But this women's Elimination Chamber, it's so stupid. You have taken, to me, it feels like you've taken Liv, Naya, and Bianca kind of out of the conversation. I don't think Bianca needs to win the Elimination Chamber because now people are like, oh, just have it a triple threat match. I don't think Io is the only way Io gets into that match is if Liv screws her out the belt. And even in that sense, why the fuck would you put Io back in the? Is Kyrie Sane coming back? The team with Dakota to go against Liv and Raquel? Is Asuka coming back? The team with is somebody got a team with Dakota at WrestleMania if Io is going to be in a triple threat match for the title? Is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make any fucking sense. This shit is bad. And don't get it twisted. I love NXT. But NXT is just as close to this as I'm also about to say, what the fuck is going on with NXT? I hate putting double champions in the same situation. It's fucking stupid. Unlike WrestleMania 35 when they did that with Becky, Becky was the obvious choice to win the fucking belts. It made fucking sense. You're about to put these women in a triple threat match, winner takes all at Stand and Deliver. And I know people don't understand that's what's coming up, what's about to happen. It's about to happen. It's about to be Jordan Grace, Julia, and Stephanie Vaquer for the fucking tag team titles. I mean the tag team, Lord Jesus. For the double champions. It's gonna be for the North American Championship. Winner takes all. It's gonna be for the NXT Women's Championship and the Women's North American Championship. So what the fuck do you do with these other women that don't have anything at Stand and Deliver? Maybe you put Jada Parker, and Kalani Jordan in the match at Stand and Deliver 1-on-1 by themselves. But I can see that match at Roadblock. Why are we doing that at Stand and Deliver? Yeah, I don't get it. I'm sorry. I'm starting to not understand what the fuck is going on. NXT has put themselves in such a situation. It's the same that I feel about NXT now. It's like NXT is now starting to put themselves in a situation where it's like I see the play, and the play is literally going to be a triple threat winner takes all at Stand and Deliver. Jordan Grace, Stephanie, and Julia. So what the fuck do you do with these other women that have wrestled? What do you do with these other women? So Ruka, the Meta Girls, Zarya, Jada, Kalani. What do you do with them? You just throw them to the wayside and say, "Oh, well, these three are just the big names right now, so we're just gonna go with these three." That's fucked up, and that's fucking crazy. Which brings me to the crossover that's been happening right now in TNA and NXT. They are finally now using the big names on NXT and TNA. Thank God they finally figured this shit out. Tonight, the Hardys return to WWE TV, and not just return to WWE TV, they go to NXT. They will be fighting the No Quarter Catch crew tonight. I cannot wait for that match. That's gonna be awesome. It probably will be the main event because it's the fucking Hardys. And then you have Moose, who I've been saying for fucking months since this damn crossover started. Needs to go to NXT at some point. He needs to go to NXT at some point to face Obafemi. And now we are here. Moose Day came to NXT last week. Saw eye to eye with Obafemi. Moment. Yes. Obafemi and Moose. Sounds like they're going to fight at Roadblock, which is awesome. It probably will be a champion for championship matchup, which means nobody's winning that fucking match. But at least we're gonna get that match. Moose is fighting tonight on NXT against Lexus King. Awesome. But this is gonna be awesome. And then Thursday night, Obafemi goes to TNA and he fights with the Hardys, teams with the Hardys to go up against the Society of Moose in that team. Great. This is what it is. See, this is why I say NXT is killing right now because NXT, and I saw immediately people trying to sit there and immediately, as soon as NXT numbers kind of dipped backwards, went like 600,000 last week. I saw so many people immediately like, "Where's all the people now?" Ha ha ha. AEW still didn't get over. AEW still was 500,000 in a range of 500,000 people watching the program. NXT still did 600,000, bro. You can't even make that argument. It's a bullshit argument. It's like these Kendrick fans trying to talk on Drake shit. It's like, bro, Drake still got the number one album. It's just like, like Drake still has the number one album. Like Drake still has the number one album. Drake still has like two two top 10 songs in Billboard without promotion and marketing. The fuck are you talking about? Like your arguments suck. Same thing with NXT. It's like, bro, you're trying to now sit there and talk down on NXT when NXT is actually going to probably do a million tonight. They could probably get a mill tonight with the promotion that they've had. You got Moose. You got the Hardys. They might get a million. I'm not gonna sit there and act like they will, but they might. They might cross over a million viewers tonight. Then what the fuck? And then on top of that, you're premiering, and also on top of that, Ricky Saints, formerly known as Ricky Starks, is debuting tonight in a tag team match. Bruh, this is a dumb fucking thing you're trying to do here, people. The arguments that y'all are making is stupid. The argument that people were trying to make is like, oh, I don't hear everybody talking crazy now because they didn't have a 800,000. Okay, 1 week they dipped backwards to 600,000. They still out outviewed in AEW by 100,000 people. That's a stupid fucking argument. Yeah, it was dumb. It was a bad argument, and it's fucking retarded. And I don't think people need to start making arguments like that anymore. I'm still number one, bitch. It don't matter. Like, still number one, bitch. I don't care. Yeah, that's a stupid argument. It was a dumb fucking argument. God almighty, it was a fucking dumb ass argument. And last but not least, like I said earlier at the beginning, WrestleMania 42 is officially coming to New Orleans. It'll be the third time WrestleMania will be in New Orleans. Of course, we had WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. I hope this WrestleMania is way fucking better than those previous WrestleManias. WrestleMania 30 was great, but then it's centered around Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker in the streak. And then, of course, John Cena beating Bray Wyatt, which still to a lot of people is a creative fuck up that we've ever seen in our lives. And then you, of course, Daniel Bryan winning the title, which is great. But you had the Shield beat the New Age Outlaws and Kane. I guess, like, you look at the WrestleMania 30 now, it's like, it's a cool WrestleMania, but that WrestleMania kind of was like, ooh, shit. Out of the 30 WrestleManias, because we're in the 40s now, I would rank that WrestleMania somewhat near the top because WrestleMania 37, Night 2 was pretty good. Um, I think WrestleMania 36, Night 1, even though it was in a pandemic, was pretty good. But WrestleMania 34, when it was in New Orleans, it was just too fucking long. That shit dragged. There was a lot of matches that shouldn't have actually fucking happened. A lot of matches that probably shouldn't have happened at that WrestleMania. You had a fucking four-way U.S. Championship match, and Randy Orton, I think, lost the belt to. I forgot who the fuck he lost the belt to. Or did he win it that night? It was a weird fucking fatal four-way. It was Jinder Mahal and Rusev and Bobby Roode and Randy Orton. And then you had I forgot who fucking fought for the Intercontinental Championship that night. I forgot who fought for the Intercontinental Championship that night. The only return you had was Daniel Bryan coming back. Daniel Bryan came back to the ring, and he teamed up with Shane McMahon to go up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That was pretty cool. Taker coming back to fight John Cena, which John Cena had been trying to get Taker to come out of retirement to fight him, and that was like a 5 minute, 8 minute match, which people still was like, what the fuck? Yeah. AJ Styles and Shinsuke was kind of underwhelming for what the hype it could have really been like. That shit sucked. The only good match that I would sit there and tell you, the first couple matches was really good. The opening match was really fucking good. That was Seth, Finn, and The Miz. That match was fucking good. Charlotte and Asuka was good up until the fucking winner. Like, up until the fucking winner. Oh god, that match sucked. After that, that was just like, oh my god. Ronda, Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Shane and Stephanie. Now we know that they really just really coached Ronda to a really great fucking match. When you're in a ring with like literally two of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and Kurt Angle and Triple H, they can pretty much help you. And Stephanie, who's been a part of the business since she was a child, they coached her to a fucking incredible fucking match. Let's be real. But that WrestleMania 34, kind of fucking sucked. It was bad. Of course, the ending was of course Roman and fucking Brock, and it was just like, oh my god almighty, Alexa Bliss and Nia. That shit took forever. Yeah, that whole night. Oh, the Intercontinental Championship match was the Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins. That's kind of why. But that was one of the best matches they had that entire fucking night. They had like three matches that were actually good. When you look back at that fucking WrestleMania now, they had like three matches that were actually fucking good. Kurt, Ronda, Triple H, Stephanie, Charlotte, and Asuka. And in the opening triple threat match between the Miz, Seth, and Finn. That's it. Like out of a WrestleMania with that match card, there's only three matches I can even tell you that was actually fucking good. WrestleMania 30 at least had some better matches, just wrong winners. Yeah, just wrong fucking winners. Brock shouldn't have beaten the streak. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Brock should have never beat the streak. If you really want to do the right thing, you should have had the streak go another year and let Bray Wyatt win it. Brock should have never broke the streak. That was fucking stupid. Oh, you should have got that shit to Roman at WrestleMania 33. You could have had two people. That's the craziest shit. In 2 years after that WrestleMania, you had WrestleMania 31 where Bray Wyatt and Undertaker fought. You could have let Bray break the streak. And then WrestleMania 33, you had Roman beat Undertaker and he won the match. You could have Roman break the fucking streak. Like it was so stupid. Like it was, oh my god, that shit still is still a mind bender. It shit is still a mind fuck. I still don't like that decision. Hopefully, this WrestleMania 42 next year, which I am already trying to go. I'm already like I gotta save so much fucking money. I gotta save so much fucking money to go to this show. But I will be there next year. It's April 11th and 12th. I will be in that fucking building that night. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do. I'm gonna be there that night. And hopefully, that WrestleMania, this is the third WrestleMania we're getting in New Orleans. Hopefully that WrestleMania is the standout one. Because those two WrestleManias that I gave y'all, eh, eh, I guess. Alright, I guess. Cool, whatever. But this will be the first WrestleMania I will be attending. My first PLE I've been to since Royal Rumble 2001. So yes. But that is the end. That is the end. I'm getting ready. I'm about to go get something to eat. Get ready for NXT tonight. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.